Hi guys, I'm Ed Elliott, a British artist and sculptor working from my studio in the West Midlands, UK, exhibiting my work nationwide and selling my work worldwide. The work I create is contemporary fine art sculpture pieces, mainly for public and private collections. Predominantly figurative work, although a lot of my earlier work was abstract pieces. I think working with the figure for me is a very direct way of me communicating my ideas. I've got a real fascination with materials and processes. So in these images you'll see a range of my work, some large scale pieces, some smaller, and many different materials including my more recent bronze casts. I'm going to be showing you some of my completed and current projects shortly, mainly concentrating on my pieces in wood. You're going to see a little sneak peek into my studio and see things get a bit messy. Firstly, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on me and my work. From my studies, I'm really interested in traditional methods. A very hands-on approach makes perfect sense to me. I like modelling in clay, mould making, casting, welding, working with plaster, wax. The action of carving actually makes more sense to me than most other sculptural materials. So the action of taking away to make sculpture, so that's like working in stone or wood. Ever since I've started experimenting working with wood, for an example, I've had like an elemental fascination ever since. One of my favourite materials to date. I've always been creative. I've been very blessed with my family and my upbringing. Very encouraging, creative, musical family. I would always draw as a kid. I loved to make and create. I first found sculpture seriously whilst studying my foundation in fine art. I then went on to study fine art sculpture at degree level at university. Most of my work is very kind of contemporary and conceptually driven. I use this with a way of working materials which people can really engage with, so it's purposely accessible work. I'm a creator at heart. I rarely switch off from it. You could say my passion drives me, and it does, but to be honest, I've learned that I just can't stop it, even if I wanted to. It can be challenging maintaining a career as an artist, but it is 100% worth it most of the time. As I do get to do what I love, for that I am very, very grateful for it. Sculpture is a language for me, so I guess all I'm doing is using it to communicate. My work explores many different themes and ideas. I'm interested in psychology and philosophy, storytelling, the human condition or psyche, and what it really feels like to be alive. I think in this day and age, people are searching or seeking connection in many more ways than one, and I'm really interested in that internal dialogue that goes on inside each and every one of us. You will see one of the recurring themes and ideas in my work is the Angel series. I'm very proud to be globally recognised for this series of work. Originally exploring our fascination with flight, solidity and weightlessness, and the importance or poignance of protection in our minds and what that really means to us. It certainly explores the idea of a guardian. I'm actually celebrating 10 years of this series of work this year, so I'm going to be talking a lot more about that in the coming months, so do keep an eye on my social media and keep in touch. You will see from some of the images my ever-changing studio space, so the environment where I create my work is pretty important to me as an artist. It is constantly changing and adapting, but as the years have gone on, there is quite a story to tell in just the place where I've made my work. So I started from humble beginnings, didn't really have a space to make or create, so it was just sort of a bit of open air land from a family member that was kind enough to let me make a bit of a mess, and then that adapted into a kind of bit of a shack or a lean-to with lots of material and wood stored and collected, and then that expanded into a lorry body for storage, and then toolboxes and lockups and all sorts, and I just kind of got bigger and bigger as the years went on, and now I find myself in like an absolute dream come true studio scenario of a warehouse unit and a big amount of space for me to play with and really adapt and grow as an artist. So it's a very, very special time for me. I'm very excited. So we're now going to take a look at one of my previous projects. This is a rooted sculpture commission. The tree on the left is a contorted pine tree. This had to be felled for safety reasons, and then I was brought in to do some designs for the tree. On the right is the finished product. So this is a video looking around my current studio. This is my wood workshop. It's actually looking pretty clean at the moment. It's usually full of sawdust and wood chips. So here you're going to see me make a little bit of progress on this current piece. There is two faces or masks here that are sort of separating or stretching apart from each other. And it's early days at the moment, being roughed out, but you'll see this develop in the next few clips. So here I'm using the Mini Carver by Arbortech tools. It's their new model. For me this is just so satisfying. I've fitted the Mini Pro attachment onto this. It's got an interchangeable tip, so this means the removal of material is now like super quick. Way quicker than even the industrial tip, which now comes as standard on this model. It can be rapid and aggressive, but with the Mini Pro at a distance like this, it can be delicate and smooth to the finish at the same time. As I said, so satisfying for a power carving tool. So you can actually take off quite a bit of material with this tool, but you can actually sculpt with it as well. I mean, it's like the industrial wood carver by Arbortech, but just on a much smaller scale. So you've got this on in a kind of extendable arm, which is far enough away from you to get really good control with it. Okay, so here we have the industrial wood carver by Arbortech that I mentioned before. So this fits to an angle grinder. So I'm using here a trigger handle angle grinder. So I've got the trigger on my right hand. This just gives me a lot more control when I'm using this tool. This is for kind of rapid removal. This takes off a lot of material very quickly. Really good for fast progress. So I'm back to the Mini Carver here. This has still got the Mini Pro attachment on the extendable arm. You'll see me using this in a load of different ways, so you can really make grooves with this at speed, or carve details or lines with this. But this is just pure sculpting, so I've got the idea in my head, I've drawn this piece or design, I've got a mental picture of what I want it to look like, and you can just see it develop as you reveal it and really play with the tool. So this is actually the ball gouge, which fits to an angle grinder similarly to the industrial wood carver. So this is on a shaft with a circular cutting disc on the end which spins around at a very high speed. This is very, very useful for carving out grooves or details, or getting into the depths of a crevice that you can't reach with other tools because the tool gets in the way. So this is a kind of very unique piece of engineering, but very well used in my studio. I'll often switch up the tools I'm working with and bounce between different tools for different jobs as I'm making progress with each of the pieces. I hope you enjoy watching this take shape. You're starting to see more details come through now. Here you're going to see a bit more of a detailed idea of what's going on with these tools and how they're working the material. So I like to use these tools a lot, so getting closer with the camera will just give you a better idea of what's going on the surface. Lots and lots of fun. One of the ideas in this specific piece of work is that I'm trying to play with the properties of the material and try and give it a fluidity and a difference to its natural state. As the two faces have been carved from one solid mass, it's got quite a width and a depth, but the back will be hollowed out. Like you'll see this start to take shape over some of the clips, and a bit of a preview at the end. This is the Mini Pro attachment spinning at full speed, but when it slows down you'll see the two little circular cutters on there, which that's what's removing all the material as it goes. this is the progress so far. So you'll see me come in here and spin round this piece 360 degrees. You'll see the details on the front of the two faces, and you'll see right into the back where there's the hollow cavity of rapid removal of all that material in the middle. I hope you've enjoyed watching this take shape. If you want to see this piece finished, you might have to head over to my Instagram and check out the work in progress. This is another piece in the Angel series, so it's actually a film still from a project back in 2013. So you'll see quite a dramatic transition in this piece. It might seem a bit crazy, but it's worth it in the end. Nice one, guys. Thanks for watching.